Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it. This is the one we wanted, isn't it? A chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked #1 right now, but if he plays up to his capabilities, I think he's going to win the thing.
So let's take a look here at the key inactives. And, Charles, I guess you get this late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays for their team.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mayfield on play action. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And again, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second down, Mayfield again. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Partner, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got Snead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
This is our time. Our time. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, an even 90 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a buzz for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
On 3rd down, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. On the handoff, Edwards fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle in his 4th year now out of the University of Charlotte. A big part of this young Browns defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 7 catches, 68 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route: letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Six 0 our score after 1.
Browns 6, Ravens 0.
They'll run here with Edwards. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 57 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down you shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. A run for Nick Chubb. A strong, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. To throw, Mayfield. And that is caught for the 2 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. But you might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the carry, it's Chubb. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 24. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run with Chubb. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
So on 4th down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Mayfield down. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And finding the tight end Hooper. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. And We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start with the option. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression. And when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The holding penalty and negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Mayfield on 1st down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Mayfield with it once more. This is caught. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mayfield now from the 50. And his throw is incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Calais Campbell, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Jackson on 1st down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
this one from about 2 counties over. After the sack, they come up on a 2nd and very long. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners. taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Chubb, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They run it again with Chubb. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. A toss play to Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll make it second and goal.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
48, come on. 48.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now here come the Ravens. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And now it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jackson now on second and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And this one caught by Des Bryant. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They go with Chubb on second down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Parkey not able to convert. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.